Hello, welcome, I'm the Raging Beard, and these here in this box should be the Heusinkveld sprint pedals. Nothing tells me on the outside what they are, but not really expecting anything else just yet. But before I get into opening them, these actually haven't even arrived yet. They are in fact being delivered a little later on tonight at the post office around the corner, where I'll pick them up and carry on this video. But for now, I have the Raging Cat instead, and what we're going to do is just show you how I'm going to fix them into the P1. I haven't bought the Sprint heel plate. It's quite a lot of money for what it is. Plus people say this flex, there's even videos showing flex. He's flexing. And so all I've done is gone on eBay. This is like £8, an aluminium plate. What's this, 2-3 mil thick. Honestly, at any given moment they know how to be annoying, don't they? Come on, mate. So I mean, I measured the width of the V3s I've got. I think I went a little bit wider and just got that, and then I looked online at the specs of what the heel area is of the actual Sprint ones, just as a guide. So that's about the size this is. And I've got T-slot. These are for M5s, but into the 40 series profiling. And what these are going to be for is the actual pedals themselves. They come with M5 bolts. And what are these? And just some M6 countersunk, because what I'm going to do, drill through this plate, 6mm, countersink it. Obviously I want the bolts nice and flush so your heels never rub on them, touch them. Not that they'll be where my heels exactly go, but you want a nice flush finish. Right, and I'll show you exactly what I'm utilising to make the base plate, because I'm actually using a part of the rear part of the P1. Right, let's jump to that. Okay, so the plan is I'm actually going to use this piece. I'm going to take this 40 by 160 out. It doesn't need it. My P1 doesn't need it anyway, because obviously the seat mover under here is acting as a brace across, and it's sturdy as anyway. What I might do is put a 40 by 40 in just along the bottom, because I'll have a spare piece that width. Removing this also is going to free up room for if I want to add a butt kicker game or two to the next level mount. Obviously this is a 9 at the moment, but so that's another bonus. Plus, hopefully in the near future I'll be changing the way this is mounted, and I'll be able to slide back and forward, mainly to give me room for VR, flight sims. And without this, obviously I'll be able to come back a little bit further. So the plan is that if I've measured them right from the online diagram, the Sprint pedals should be able to bolt into two of the slots here. And then I'll use say those two slots will be used, and then this slot is going to be where one end of the the heel plate is going to be mounted. It'll all make sense, hopefully, if it all goes to plan, and I'll show it finished. But yeah, just thought I'd show how I'm constructing it before I magically appear with the finished product. Right, so now I have got them in hand. Let's get them open, let's have a look at them, and let's see how I'm putting them on the rig. Now, I ordered these here in the UK from Demon Tweeks. And then the reason I did that is it actually works out cheaper than if you buy them from Heusinkveld. Plus, you've got the added bonus of not just having to check the website all the time or when they might be in stock. I just ordered them, pretty much forgot about it, and then suddenly I had a notice that they'd been posted. And next day delivery. And why am I having trouble getting in the box? There we go. So yeah, you know, there's a box involved, so you know he's got to be up here, isn't he? You can have it in a bit, mate. Right. In fact, one little thing I do. Let's just put a tiny bit of light, because a little bit better light. I haven't got the best situation for doing this kind of thing up here. No, stay down, mate. Okay, so I paid in total £613.77, which was cheaper than looking on the Heusinkveld website for a 3 pedal set. The winner ain't the one with the fastest car, it's the one who refuses to lose. Right. It's funny how a smaller box suddenly feels heavier. Oh. Oi! Right, hang on. That's yours then. That's yours. There you go. Enjoy. So here we go. This package. Main parts from laser cut steel, glass, blah 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 blah. I'm not going to read all that out. Okay. Product manual. We've got a few bits and bobs in here. Right. Many thanks for your purchase. Hope you enjoy for many years to come. So do I. Load of stickers. Nice. I've got a few stickers actually to get putting up on my rig. Yeah, nice. Product manual. This is nice. This is really nice. It's just nice stuff instead of just getting a piece of folded up, printed out paper. That's a quality booklet. Initial setup. I'll have to follow all that through. Now that is the picture I saw online. Basically, does that show? To work out that it should fit in the profiling I want to use, but with very little tolerance there, so I can't be sure. I'll take that out first. Oh no, that lifts up. Or it comes out. I'll take that out. Yeah. Right, so is that hard work? USB cable, yeah. USB-B, whatever. Rubber stoppers for whatever. Little spanners, mini spanners, Allen keys, and that, which I guess is a spare part. Some pin rod, some rod thing. Voila. Now, don't these just look gorgeous? Don't they just? I'm sure you've seen these many times in videos and whatnot, but look at that. Hefty, nice, beautiful. Is that all there is to it? Do they not come with... Do they even... Is that all there is to it? Do they not come with bolts? Surely they come with bolts. Have I got any M4s? I think that's what fits through. Washers and stuff. There's no bolts in there. Maybe they don't. Maybe they go, it's down to you. Or you've got to buy our base plate and get bolts with them. But you know, you'd think it would come with bolts to go through there. Now, I've got a lot of bolts, but have I got any suitable for that? I just assumed they would come with it. And that's a no. That's a alright. Okay. Well, hopefully won't be an issue. Right, yeah, first issue. The only decent stock of M5s I got were M5s by 16s, which are too long for the profiling. And considering I'm going to need, well, 12 of them, I'm going to have to cut them all down with a Dremel. That's a pain in the ass. But I've got a whole mishmash of odd ones that I might be able to use for now and just order a pack of shorter M5s. That's going to be the best way. I don't really want to be cutting down 12. It's just a nuisance. But yeah, so just odd they don't include them, I suppose. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is the rear piece, as I pointed out, from the back of the P1, and it does indeed show that that'll fit nicely on there. So the 3 on there. Now I'm going to try and put them on now with what other bolts I can find. Okay, so they're on. They're not obviously in the final position yet. I've just got them on, got them snugged up. As you can see, what I've done is I've pushed them as far back in the slots as they'll go, so they're all exactly the same there. Putting them on here like this, obviously these slots lose their ability to give you that micro adjustment. They're pretty much at the far ends of the slot, but obviously doing this profile and gives you more customization in the first place. And you could even, depending on what you're doing, you know, you could put them forward on here. But it's just something to note, you lose that micro adjustment if that's something that you need. So there we go, they're on. As I said, they're not in the right place, but they're on and they look awesome. And this, Jesus, this is serious, man. So the next step, I mean, they're way too far apart for me at the moment. Now the next thing is to get my hill plate done. Now I've already drilled 2 holes in this, I think, in this plate. I've drilled 2 holes here and countersunk them. I've got them covered up so nicely protected. So this is going to go here. Obviously these pedals are going to be further in than that, but it's basically going to go there. And this is about the same distance as on the Sprint hill plate anyway, because I measured that and it's just a bit wider than on my V3s. So that's going to go there. Excuse me, bud. So it's just a question of measuring how far in to drill the holes. I'm just going to do 2 at the ends and countersink them. And yeah, I'm getting a little bit of tolerance, so I'll take off a mil or 2 so they're not pushing right up against the pedal. I don't trust the end of this tape measure. I know that bit's meant to move. Do you know why? A lot of people don't, but on this one it's overly so. Actually, so I'm going to put it on 20 there. don't know, it's about 3.4. So if I did it at 3, give me about 4mm gap. 3 centimeters sounds good. I like whole numbers. Right, so I'm going to do that now. Mark out 3 centimeters, drill it, countersink it, and come back. Okay, so this is where we're at the moment. I actually was lucky enough to be out in near somewhere I could get some bolts and they're a screw fix. So I got myself some M5s by 12s. So that's put on nicely now, less hassle later on. Now I've fitted them just as is, as I've got to watch him because he'll actually eat through that cable if I'm not careful. I put them on default stock as they come. There's a lot of adjustment on these looking through the manual, both physically and in the software, which I've not even got to yet. But I've just put them on as is. If you've got to change the angle of them, apparently you do it when they're not mounted. So I'm hoping that the angle's going to be right. I don't know, because I tend to be having this flat as opposed to V3s are a bit of an angle. Anyway, so that's just the pedals on now at the moment, plugged in there. Now the heel plate itself, this is where I'm at with that. As I said, this is aluminium, it's actually steel, just guillotine cut steel. In fact, I can get this off now. This is it's dangerous, quick. So I've done my 4 holes and countersunk them. It could do with a polish up, maybe. Do I care? My feet are going on it. Maybe when it's done I might get a bit of polish on there, I don't know. But I'm not too fussed. That's a dirty underside. Went over with just around the edges with a bit of really fine emery cloth, whatever. Especially this leading edge, so if my foot grazes it, it's all smooth. So this is going here, like that. And there'll be another bit of profiling, just a 40 by 40 running along there. I mean, it's going to be sturdy as. And I'm going to have spare bits. I may just make it into a big box. Rigid, totally rigid. But I mean, you can buy their own for 80 or 90 odd quid, or just a plate, drill a few holes. This is 8 quid. Okay, so after a lot of the obligatory trial and error, this is the final, touch wood, plan for my foot pedals mount. Most people with a P1 I guess will just stick with what it came with, but the pedals were too high for me. This means I can just drop it inside the rig as low as I want, really. But I'll probably have it about level with the top instead of above, which is how it is by stock with the P1. So basically the actual contact points to the rig is going to be these 4 corners, which should be more than enough. I mean, I can always put a mount underneath as well and a bracket, but I shouldn't imagine that's necessary. And I can use these, so it's a case of quick release, slack it off, and I'll be able to move the whole thing back and forward. That's the plan, to hopefully easily get it in the position I want it. So I love my rig, how I've got it set up and everything, but with it tucked away in the corner there, God, it's hard to get under there and do foot pedal work. Luckily I'm so small and agile, really. Okay, so here they are, dropped in finally in the rig. Bit of trial and error of where I want them for now. I'm sure it'll be changed again, but this is the current setup. So all I've done really is, I was going to have this all flat, but the pedals were angled, leaning too far back. And to change the angle on the pedal, while it's relatively simple, they need to apparently be, not attached to your rig. And as that is a bit of a faff, because there's very little room for me to get in under here. I just thought, for now, in the meantime, I'm just going to lower the front, which is easy to do. So just, add this bolted in here instead of up here. Obviously that lowers the virtual floor a little bit where your heels are, but that's not really noticeable. And the pedals now feel at a great angle. But at some point I may raise that back up and individually take these off and put them at the right angle. But you can see how it's all fitted on. This heel plate has worked brilliantly. Sure, I could have gone right to the edges, but no need. Your feet don't go there at all. And this just still gives you access to these bolts. And you can see how it's attached. Very simply done. Very cheap, but sturdy as anything. There's no, no flex here at all. So it's all held to the rig by the four corners, and just simply loosening them a little bit, you can slide the whole thing back and forward. The only other thing I've done really is I've changed the rubbers in the brake, which is fantastically easy to do. I love it. Even with my restricted access down there, I can just sort of get under and change it in moments. I've actually put it on the softest, which is the extra large rubber and the medium rubber, because going from the Fanatec V3s, which are great pedals, and I want to add the brake performance kit, I had that on a rather medium setup. This just was so rock hard, and which I'm sure is great and more realistic, but jumping from that to these as they were was way too much. So maybe that I get used to this, and if I want I can then go a bit stiffer and a bit stiffer, but for the time being I like the softest setting. Gives me more brake travel, and plus in the software, which is awesome, I have to say, I love how you can change the brake pressure needed, and I've got it set on 50 kilograms at the moment, and the combination of the two feels good so far, but it'll be a forever tweaking process, I'm sure. And that's it. Distance pedals apart. Again, I don't really know what I want, so I'm used to the V3, so I measured roughly the middle of each pedal to each other, and that's the same, about a 12cm gap from middle to middle. Again, so it may change, or maybe I want a space, put these two close together for a bit more heel and toe and stuff. I've changed the faceplate round. This is another thing that's great with these pedals. I don't know what size feet these are meant for. I'm about 9.5, 10 UK size, and these pedals by stock come the other way around. So this logo is down here, which means they're higher. And I guess you need 11 or 12 size feet. I'm not sure what the UK average is, but anyway, all you do is one Allen key here and one nut on the back. Loosen it. You don't even have to take it off. Pull this out a little bit, spin it around, push it back in. Fantastic, nicely. That's the only adjustment. You can't move it up now further, but obviously no need. Why would you need to? And that's it for now. I haven't changed anything on the throttle or on the clutch. I may do in time, but they feel great as they are. But yeah, that's it for now. Obviously, I won't bother showing you me using them. What's the point? I'm just going to show how I've got it in the P1. Might give other people ideas. And if you're thinking about these pedals, so far the use I've had them, they are phenomenal. The V3s are good. Are they a step up? Yes, they are. Both in their construction quality, as good as the V3s are. These are just much cleaner. Does that make sense? More industrial in a good way. I like machine finished stuff and all that. And I should have gone with something. I should have gone with the Pros to begin with back before I got the V3s, really. Anyway, so that's it. That's enough of me waffling on. Hope that might be of interest to someone if you've got a P1 or if you're thinking about these pedals. So yeah, for now, catch you later.